Morning, students. So today we are going to learn the new topic called data structures. I think already we have known computer works with data and instructions. So hence we need to provide this data to the computers. So what actually data means? It's nothing but a raw values you can call. It is like a collection of facts which can be processed to produce meaningful information. So like raw values. So using these values, the computer process on these values and produce some other form of data. That is what we call as information. Here what we are trying to do is, we try to organize this data. As we have understood, computers needs data, so the data has to be organized. So how we organize, that is what data structures. So that it becomes necessary to organize. So data may be a single value sometimes, we have come across. Sometimes it is more than one value. So all will be treated as one item. So this is the necessity. So therefore what we have to do means, this data has to be organized. Organizing, how you organize means, we are bounded or restricted by two things. The purpose of organizing data in a computer memory is to efficient use of the storage. That is, the amount of space it is required, and also the time for accessing. That is a time optimization. So which method of organization will allow you to access very quickly, and also which method of organizers helps to consume less space. Instead of consuming more space and consuming more time for accessing, so that data structure must depend on these two things. That is the most important, because we have to use the time and memory resource efficiently. So that is the need of data structures. So keeping these 2 points in mind, so we are going to design different data structures. I think you might have imagined, let us think real time. You can look at the field. So maybe before a mall is constructed or before houses are constructed, it's a vast space. It's a memory. Just you think computer memory is also like just a space. So according to my need, so I organize the data. So I organize according to the requirements. So when you are constructing a go down, very simple. Rise 4 wall, just put the top, like just ceiling is enough. So not much complication, there is nothing. That's like simple. But when you build a restaurant, the same space, so it is different, it's complicated. Where the same space is organizing different formats, different structures, that is what we are going to do. In real life, this is what we come across. In similar way, we may use data for different operations. And these data should be organized in a memory in some form, in some structures. That is what data structures. The structures you choose, it should be in such a way that you should take less space, the memory, and also the less time for accessing. So that is what the data structures. You just think of example of your wallet. Look at the wallet is some structure where you are going to keep money. So that is compact, it's comfortable. So everything is okay with wallet. The same thing when you take suitcase, it is a different. So depending on the requirements, so we may have a different structures. In similar way, still computer, because computer handles large amount of data, so it becomes necessary to use different storage structures, different storage methods. That is what we are going to discuss. So what is data structure means? So just you think it's a method of organizing and storing data so that related operation can be performed efficiently. So this is the main purpose, that is the accessing or storing data in a computer memory should be performed efficiently. To do this, we have a data structures. So we can define more technically. So I gave example of wallet. Look at the wallet, it has a particular format. When you take this chalk paste box, this has a particular format. So when you take your bags, example, is a different structures. So where the purpose, why we have a different structures? Because the operation, that is storing and accessing. So maybe in purse we are going to keep money. So there we have a different structure. In this box we are going to keep chalk pieces. So this has a different structure. Look at this, storing and accessing is easily performed. In similar way, in computer memory, the storing, accessing, modifying, updating, again storing back should be performed easily. So this is what data structure means. The data which is required for processing should be organized. How you organize? That is what about this chapter, this unit. So now let me define technically what is data structure means. Data structure is a specialized format for organizing and storing data so that related operation can be performed more efficiently. That is what we call as a data structures. So whenever we implement, how do you implement this data structure in a computer memory means, there are three things we have to do. So whenever we talk about data structure means, one, the implementation, how we are going to implement on a machines. And then to implement this on a machine, so mathematical background, so mathematical model has to be created and then this mathematical model has to be implemented. Remember, there is a strong, cannot say strong, without mathematics there is no computer science. So everything what we do in real life is just transformed in terms of mathematics. So using this mathematics, the machines can work, that's all. Computer can perform any task like human means, that is because of mathematics. If you know how mathematically you do any actions, any operations, then that can be implemented on machines. So now that's what I said, if you want to organize data in your computer memory, then you should come up with a mathematical model. So then we implement this. Then we analyze. Is it a better method or do we have another like time optimization and storage consumption? So we have to analyze. So maybe we design mathematically and we brought and we implemented. But look at the conditions, constraints. Is this structure is going to be okay with in terms of the resources, time and space? Yes, then you implement this. This started using data structures. So this is a basic background whenever we talk about data structures. You are talking about data structure means a mathematical model is very important, and then how this mathematical model is implemented on a machines is a second thought, and then we have the analysis. So we can define in three ways. One, mathematical model, then implementation of that mathematical model, then analyzing this is efficient or not. So that is what data structures, and data structure could also be defined like DFA. D means domain, the space, organization, then F means functions, the operation which could be performed on the domain, that structure, and then axioms. What are the restrictions? Why I cannot perform these operations? So basically whenever we talk about data structures, we are the organization and also the operations. This is, we are going to deal with each topic what we are going to discuss. Maybe we start with data structures. Whenever we talk about data structures, there is some, look at this data structure, some organization. Whenever we talk about as a data structure means immediately we think what is the use of this structure? What are the operation I can perform? I can insert, I can remove, so simple. So this is data. You take any data structures, first we have to illustrate mathematically these operation can be performed on this structure. And these are the restrictions. This is how I do mathematically. Then analyze. So this is what we do here. So let us learn about data structures. I think when you go for IS study, you will learn in depth. I want just abstract, not in a complete abstract, just try to understand the basics. It's not in basics also. Just I'll give you an idea of data structures. So data has to be organized in a computer memory. How you are going to organize is what about data structures. So let me define data structure. What is data structure means? It's a specialized format for organizing and storing data so that related operation can be performed efficiently. Look at this. Definitely it is going to be a specialized format for organizing and storing the data so that related operation can be performed efficiently. Your bag, your wallet, think this classroom is a specialized format for what? Organizing and storing. Here what is organizing? The tables, students, and look at this, the organization. What is the operations performed efficiently with this, with respect to class. So that is what data structure. I think you have understood. So whenever we want to organize data in a memory means we come up with a specialized format. Why we come up with a specialized format means the operation of accessing, storing, modifying could be performed. That is what organization of data in a computer memory. So I think we have understood what is data structure. There are two types of data structures. One is called primitive data structure. So another is called non-primitive data structures. So as already I have told, it's a specialized format. So I give example also. When it's a simple classroom, just 4 walls we covered, or you can imagine simple things, go down or simple things. So but also you think some malls, complex, there are different structures, restaurant, hospitals, like this college, entire building is different. Consider just a simple 1-bedroom house. So there's a definitely difference. So that is what also we are going to discuss. That is, depending on the requirements, we may have a different types, like 1-bedroom house, 1 BHK, 2 BHK, or 4 BHK, something like this. So similar way, depending on the requirement, the computer data structure could also be different. We have like simple data structures, we have what we call complex data structures. Think like this, that is primitive data structure, another is non-primitive data structures. The classification is mainly based on the need, the requirements. So let us learn what is primitive data structure. A data structure which are directly operated by machine instructions are called primitive data structures. There are some data structures, so you don't do anything, so everything is ready, just you use them. I think last academic, we have studied data types. I think you're remembering. So simple or fundamental data types and derived data types. What is simple or fundamental data types means? We have discussed integer, character, and also float. So what we do means here, so just you declare them and you started using it. You don't do any additional work, just you started automatically. It is a memory is allocated for your program and you give a name, that's a variable name, and you started using it. And it is defined by the set of values which can be stored and also the possible operation which can be performed on them. So that's what data type. So exactly similar. Primitive data structure means it is directly operated by machine code or machine instructions, like fundamental data types, integer, character, float. Just you define them, don't do anything. There is no complexity. Automatically we have blocked one memory location and we decided what operation you can perform, and then what are the amount of data that can be stored. That is what primitive data structures. One is integer, character, float. These are called primitive data structures, examples for primitive data structures. As already I have said, whenever we talk about data structures, we must talk about the operations on data structures. So when you have a primitive data structures, what are the operations you can perform? Like when you have just a go down, so you can think what are the operations you can perform. You can dump some things, just lock it, that's all. But when you have a hospital, look at the operation what you perform is entirely different. So when you have a college, so what are the operations we perform is entirely different. When you have a restaurant, so what are the operations we are going to perform is different. In similar way, so when you have a primitive data structure means what operation I can perform. Already I have told integer, character, float or example of primitive data structures. What operation I can perform with the primitive data structure means the first one is a create. I want to create a data structure that is primitive means you can create. For example, you create some data structure like this integer x is an example of creation. You created a memory and that is integer, so it can store integer values in that memory location. It can perform all arithmetic operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, integer mode of division, for example. So when you have primitive data structure means you can create. Create is an example of primitive data structures. Then we have one more operation is called select. Select means, so once the memory has been created, that is a data structure, so there you have to store the data. So that's also another operation. You can select. So select means you can use like scene x, where you're doing input the value for x or x is equal to 10, something like this. This also possibly. So where we are storing some values to that memory. So that is create, select, next you are trying to update. So you are modify x is equal to x plus 10 or modify, just you changing the value which is stored. So this is what you can do. When you have primitive data structure, you can create primitive data structure, creation operation is just creating one variable and next is a select. You are selecting that memory, that storage structure for any operation like input operation, output operation or storing something. The next one is the modify. You're going like the same example if you take, so x is equal to x plus 10. So this is updated, this is modified, x is equal to x plus 20 or something, anything. So you are modified. So that is what we called as a update operations. So after usage is over, so this storage structure has to be deleted, it has to be destroyed. So we do not want for the future use. So otherwise you create and you leave as it is and there will be no memory in the future. Anyway, operating system will take care of those things, but the possible when you create data structure, primitive data structure, what are the operations you can perform means creation, selection, then updation or modify and then destroy. So these are the operations which are performed with primitive data structures. So next we have another data structure called a non-primitive data structure. So what are non-primitive data structure means? A data structure is to handle large amount of data, or normally whenever we have to handle large amount of data, the storage structure is also becomes complex. So and they are formed using this primitive data structure. You can take the same example what I said. So when you have primitive like go down, the amount and the structure is not such complicated. But the same when you take multi-store building or you take a complex or hospital, look at the structure. Definitely it is a complicated restaurant, imagine. So all we have to organize so that the creation is constructing like this structure is a complex. But they are formed the same technique, same materials have been used. What you use for Godon could also be used for constructing such buildings. That's why I said non-primitive data structures are formed using primitive data structures, but they are used to handle large amount of data and they are in complex design. They are very difficult. So there we have two types of non-primitive data structures. One is called linear data structure, another is called non-linear data structure. Let us learn what is linear data structures and what are the operations we can perform on the linear data structure. Then we go for non-linear data structure. We learn in this chapter with the examples. So what is a linear data structure means? Already I have told, depending on the requirements, we may use a single value or single data, or maybe we use collection of data items together. So that's a need. So based on that requirements, so we have a data structure like non-primitive, linear, sometimes non-linear. Let us learn these things. What is a linear data structure means? A data structure in which the elements are organized one after the other. That's the word linear. They are stored in a memory, in a consecutive memory location, or using adjacency relationship. So maybe physical adjacency or logical adjacency. That is, but they have to have a linear relationship. Such data structures are called linear data structure. So what are linear data structure means? A data structure in which the elements are organized one after the other in consecutive memory location, or one after the other, or using adjacency relationship is called linear data structures. So what are the examples of linear data structures? We have arrays. This also studied in the last academic, and we have a stacks, which we'll be going to discuss, and we have a queue, and also we have a linked list. Remember, all these things we have used in our day-to-day life or in our real life. So just we have to translate, just imagination of how you do real time, how you are. So queue you are familiar with, we'll learn. Stack you are also familiar with. Linked list, sometimes we are familiar. That you bring mathematically, that's all. We have organized one above the other, like we keep books one above the other, that's also organizing. We form a line one by one, that's also so that is what computer science means. Don't think computer science is different and our life is different. Already I have told, computers are going to assist humans. So if I know this real-time scenario, how everything is working, and just you bring that concept mathematically, that's enough. That's ability to bring the real-time actions, situations, whatever you have, mathematically, then the machine, you have a machine which will do exactly what you do. If you guide, if you instruct to the machines mathematically, any actions, whether it's a decision making, whether you are running or any, but you should do mathematically. It's any actions, anything, but you should do mathematically. We should know ourselves. I should know myself, how I walk. So if you are able to convert this to mathematically, each step, how I do, then the computer will have a computer. So that is the gap is very thin, but it's very complex, very complicated. That's why computer science sometimes looks very difficult. If you do not understand mathematically and directly you are trying to understand from the machines, it's going to be difficult. First, understand how I do manually, and you come up with a mathematical background. Then go with the machines. Then you become a good computer scientist or you become a computer engineer. So that's a basics approach to learn computers. Mathematics background, your imagination and the machines. Club together, you become a computer engineer or computer scientist. So don't do anything. What you do, how you do, that's enough. Let us continue with linear data structure. I gave example, arrays, stacks, queues and linked list. And one more we have is called non-linear data structure. So what are non-linear data structure means? A data structure in which the elements are organized other than adjacency relationship. So what we have adjacency relationship, so we keep other than adjacency, some random order, like parent and child, but it should not be adjacent. So that is what we call as a non-linear data structures. We have two examples, two types. That is, one is trees. This is what we are going to discuss. And also we have one more is graphs. So these are all very important. So whenever we learn the system software like compiler, how expression is evaluated, so there we use trees. Graphs, all very important. So when you go for higher studies, you have all their applications. You'll understand the impact of these data structure. Your computers can perform many tasks which you think it is something magic. That is because of data structure like stacks, queues, linked list, and trees and graphs. So therefore, learn these data structure in detail, and then you will, when you go to engineering or when you go for higher studies, you will know exactly what these data structures are, and you will understand. So now let us, as already I said, operations on linear data structure. You can take it as a non-primitive data structures. What are the operations on non-primitive data structures? So what are the operations we can perform with the non-primitive data structure means? So it is nothing but already I have told. So where the elements are organized one after the other. So what operation I can perform means one is called traversing. So when the elements are organized one after the other or one by one, like then what I can do means traversing. So what is traversing means? Traversing is a process of visiting each element exactly once to perform some operation. That is how you can define traversing. So when you have, imagine a group of elements, or you just best example is, so in some places where you have a marriage function, so where you serve them food. How do you serve food means? So we go one by one, first one, then go like this. So this is start from the first till we go to the end, performing some operations. So that is what we call as a traversing, visiting each element exactly once to perform some operation from beginning to end is called traversing. The next is searching. The searching means is a process of identifying particular element in some data structure. Like we have a sequence of element. Among the sequence of elements, I am interested to find whether this element is present in this sequence of elements. So that is what searching. Searching is a process of identifying whether element is present or not. So there are different types of searching techniques. We learn one by one, like linear search, and also we have a binary search. We learn them. So next one is the insertion. So when you have elements which are stored one after the other, so how do you insert? Insertion is a process of adding an element into a structure. That's insertion. Similarly, deletion is a process of removing an existing element from linear data structures. That's what the operation. And then sorting. What is sorting means? Arranging these elements in particular order. Maybe if it's a number, in ascending order or descending order. And we have two different structures means it is merging, combining these two different structures to form a single structure, that is merging. So these are the operations which can be performed on that is linear data structures. What are the operations means? First one, traversing, searching, and insertion, deletion, sorting, and then merging. So we learn one by one, and we'll take example of array, and then we'll go with the stacks. We'll perform these operations, and then we'll go with the stacks, then we'll go with the queue, then we'll go with the